clicking a button over and over again.
I was like, oh God, it's all going wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Epic Flail Meta Monday with myself and Liam. We're going to be talking about the Tacoma 40k cheating controversy. This subject, Liam, is right up our street. I cannot wait to get into details. And we're doing so live with our wonderful members who will be joining us to help decide.
I've seen someone's chat already. Sweet Steve's there.
Good lads, good lads. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to decide as a community and as two official judges of the community as appointed by Games Workshop whether this golden ticket should possibly, cheers Liam, possibly, maybe, be returned.
Oh, return to sender.
Return to sender. It's going to
Who
be nice.
sung that?
I don't know, but give it a blast.
I don't know it. That's the problem. I can't get the tune right in my head.
Does it go like, do you believe in love?
Isn't it that?
Which is what I've been singing at Liam for the past 5 minutes, driving him completely insane.
He's like, let's do a microphone
Yeah.
test. Do you believe?
Yeah. Do I have Tourette's? Do you believe? Just blasting it out. We're going to talk about what happened. We're going to discuss whether it's cheating or not cheating. We're going to look at a statement from the player. We're going to look at historical footage of said player. And then we're going to discuss whether he should give back the ticket. And we're going to do so with our wonderful members. After that, we're going to do an After Dark where me and Liam will debrief from the trial and share some more brutal and adult reflections is normally the way those After Darks go. Liam's also had some fun adventures which we're going to hear about that he was telling me about downstairs, and I was like, perfect.
Oh no.
Perfect for After Dark content. So yeah, thanks for joining us, my friends. Look forward to getting to this subject, chatting to everybody. I feel like I need to crack my...
I thought you'd already opened one. Oh mate, we're back on the beers. They're going to end up on the laptop again. You've already spilt one drink today.
Yeah, I've one of my tops. I've like got my top
drink.
ready and then dropped my entire
Cola
drink straight onto top. I was like, wow.
They just started raging.
That is quite impressive. Yeah, George was like, what have you done? I was like, I've just dropped an entire can of Coca-Cola straight onto the top that
I really wanted to wear.
Yeah, I think I've got sunstroke.
Oh, have you now?
Yeah.
That's not good fun.
Yeah, I've got this like constant hot feeling on my head. Like,
it's not
and I feel
ideal.
dehydrated. So cheers to that.
Let's get some liquid in your son.
I'm worried. Not a bad idea at all, is it?
No.
Welcome to everybody that's joining us live. Remember, for this one, we want to be hearing what you think, my friends. We want to be getting you involved. So let us know what you're up to this evening, me lads, where you're watching us from. Oh, Liam, I'm excited about this one, mate. This is so up our street. Mate, and you don't know loads about it. Like, you've heard rumblings.
The boys mentioned it over the weekend because we did a little meander up to Warhammer World this weekend.
Oh, that's going to be an After Dark dive.
Yeah.
Funny stories.
We and some of the boys were mentioning it in the car because you texted me when I was on the way up, and I was like, "Oh, Paul's mentioned something about Tacoma." And then Adam was like, yeah, this is what happened. I was like, no, don't say too much.
No.
I was
Save it, Adam. Save it. No, Adam.
Dry your powder, son.
No. Oh, welcome, Free Many to Epic Flail crew. Oh, I forgot to do the please become a member of the channel. Please become a member of the channel. If you like our content, you'll get even more of us if you become a member. There are 30 members only videos. We've got a very exciting announcement, which I don't know if I'm allowed to say it yet.
I don't know. You're looking at me like I know what it is.
Luke, if you're watching and I'm allowed to say the thing, say the thing, and I'll say
the thing.
But for members, you're about to get loads more additional stuff. It's very exciting. Very exciting. Right, here we go. You ready?
Let's go. Talk to me about this chap.
Say the thing. I'm going to say the thing when Luke goes say the thing. I think I've already said it.
Oh, Ali Delta's back as well.
Ali, boy. Good lad, Ali. I love Ali. He's a good man. Good normal man.
One of the most normalist of men.
He's superb, man. I also appreciate that Teddy Rhubarb is now a member, as you can see from the game stream at the bottom. Okay, here you go, Liam. Are you ready? Judge Liam.
Talk to me.
Chat, you're the jury. Brandon, no, you're not in charge. Here we go.
Let's go. I'm ready for this now.
Warhammer 40,000 Grand Tournament, US Open Tacoma. It's like 400 players.
Mate, that's a big event.
Big event.
You see, considering LGT's 700, and that's the biggest in this country. So yeah, it's half the size, but that's still a big event.
It's an absolute beast of an event. It's a golden ticket event. So if people don't know what the golden ticket is,
it's a Willy Wonka.
It's a Willy Wonka. It's a wonk-off, right?
It's a wonk-off.
If you win one of these events, you get an invitation to the finals held by Games Workshop. Very, very prestigious. Everybody wants the golden ticket.
Yeah.
Right. Games Workshop were at the event. Games Workshop were doing Games Workshop stream things really weirdly.
How do they stream
They
stuff?
do it like Twitches. They don't do it properly. But anyway, GW there, it's all a big thing. This guy, Marshall
Mathers.
Have you listened to Eminem's new album?
No, I've heard it's amazing though. Is it good?
It's unbelievable. Talk about it after that. It's unbelievable.
Look at your little face.
I could talk for a long time about it. Michaels comes in. Now, Orcs, they've not been doing too good, have they, recently?
I mean, they took a big nerf, didn't they, in the data slate?
They took an absolute slap across the T's.
What detachments are you running? Bully Boys?
This guy was running Warhorde.
Okay, so the index detachment again.
The index
So
detachment.
we're back to index
We're
detachment.
back to the index detachment. So when this morning howling, my friend... What, morning? Okay, he's on holiday. You on holiday, John Howling?
Howling's in Thailand.
Yeah.
Let's go, Howling.
Coming live from Thailand.
Coming live from Thailand.
On the streets of Penang.
Oh, mate, he's in Pattaya, isn't he?
Pattaya.
Mate, Pattaya.
Pattaya.
Is the
After
one.
dark. I should
After
have a list
dark,
of like...
Pattaya.
Pattaya. What was the other thing? GW Adventures. Eminem. If you really like our show, become a member and you'll get to listen.
And you'll get to listen to us.
Jim says no, just delusional. Okay, fine. Somehow, Orcs won this event. He got 96, 97, 96, 100, 100, 97, 92, 100. Pretty good.
In the final game to get 100, pretty banging, to be fair.
Pretty good. Now, it's safe to say this guy's been around for quite a while and clearly knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, you're still not winning that many events at a tournament if you're an average player that's doing some slightly dodgy stuff.
Regarded as what I might say as a powerful performer, a PP'er.
Oh, a PP'er.
He's one of the circuit's big double P's.
I was going to say something really rude then, and
Don't.
it's like literally like.
I'll write it down. What was it? I'll do it. Put it after dark. What should I just put? Liam Rude.
No, it doesn't matter. It's genuinely not nice.
Okay, good. Well played. So he wins this event. Games Workshop issue the golden ticket. The world cheers.
I mean,
So I'm laying the foundations.
I'm a storyteller. Let me vibe, okay? Let me vibe. I'm a storyteller.
Let me vibe, Liam. For God's sake,
regale me with your tales.
Yeah. His list is called "What is better than 1 kill rig, 2 kill rigs?" I'll give you 3 guesses for what is better than 2 kill rigs. Right. So he's a comedian.
That's not funny.
Liam. Actually, I found that highly amusing.
Oh, did you know?
Yeah, he's got Snickerot, Thraka, Warboss, Beast Snugger Boys, Beast Snugger Boys, Beast Snugger Boys, Truck, Battle Wagon, Flash Gits, Gretchen. I'm like that woman that they press the button. Have you seen that? Ice lolly, ice lolly, ice lolly. Ice cream.
Thank you, driver.
Bye-bye, driver.
Bye-bye, driver.
We're manic today. Kill rig.
What is this list, by the way?
Mega
it's
knobs.
absolutely
Mate, this is
over the place,
This is
list.
one of the best lists you'll come across. Knobs. Storm Boss, right?
Yeah,
Wins the event, well done. Slightly off meta list, raises a few eyebrows. Very powerful result. Here comes Meta Monday. Boom. Meta Monday's arrived. Okay?
Who's the top lad?
Orcs won. It's right at the top as well. Orcs won like 8-0.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Horde. Yeah, Horde is the... Yeah, Warhorde, yeah.
Warhorde, yeah.
Boom, 8-0. Oh, interesting. Let's scroll down. Oh, this looks good. Oh, here we go.
Caveat.
Didn't Marshall Peterson get multiple yellow cards for cheating? Uh-oh,
Marshall P.
Uh-oh. Didn't he get multiple yellow cards for cheating? In what world is it okay for him to qualify for the finals and be allowed an official win? I'm sure he's a good player, but come on.
And then it's just kicked off from there, I take it.
We're going to look at how big it's kicked off. This lad does actually make a statement and rock up, okay? So we're going to look at his statement. I want to give you all the facts, Liam, before you decide. We've got to really get into detail. And chat, I want to hear from chat as to what they think of this. Obviously, throughout. He's called Left Taboo, okay?
Left Taboo? What, is this Marshall Mathers LP?
It's a weird name, isn't it? Left Taboo. That's him. That's Marshall Mathers. Okay. Only one conclusion can be drawn. The thread does what Reddit does and sort of descends into chaos,
carnage,
right? But it was
someone saying he's got a rubbish cat and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just complete, like, sets on fire a little bit. But basically, people are going, "Oh, he got a yellow card. You shouldn't really win if you got a yellow card. What's going on?" It's all a bit of a mess. Happy Crumpin does a great video. I like this guy. Does a really good video. Happy Crumpin Wargaming. What happened at Tacoma? Did Orcs win? This guy's obviously like really, really good Orcs player. And basically, his video's really good. You should go check it out. I'll put it in the description, actually. But he kind of goes in and goes, this list is a bit weird. Like, this guy's a good player, though. He's been around for a long time. And then gets into detail of what happened. And we'll maybe revisit his conclusions. But they're all sensible. This lad comes in, right? Big McWerp, right? So, Liam, I got to give you the details for what McWerp has found, okay?
Okay, what's he found?
As a caveat, Scott, his finals... Sorry. Let me just read that again, but with the correct grammar.
With all of the grammar added.
Yeah, because you're not Scott. So, as a caveat, Scott, his final opponent, has said their game was clean and they had no issues.
Yeah.
Couple of mitigating factors there, Judge. It was on stream and the judge watched the whole thing.
Yeah,
so,
I've heard that the judge was literally stood there watching him do everything.
Is Black Crow... Oh, yeah, look, Liam sort of disappeared into the thing. Oh, that's fine.
Why have I disappeared?
No, it's fine. Watch this. There you go. It looks a bit funny. It just looked like you were sort of wearing the background, which actually is quite...
It's probably a good look for me.
It's actually quite fashionable. Although you've got a nice t-shirt on today, mate.
I know.
Did you just go, I know?
I know.
Oh, okay. You're looking nice today.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Yeah, obviously.
Right. McWerp says, personally, I watched part of one game and the entire Shadow round game 5. 5 mistakes made in his favour. I will order them from easiest to miss to hardest.
Okay.
1. A secure no man's land scored using an objective in his opponent's deployment zone. Can see this being confusing and easy to miss. If it was a play with no history, I wouldn't think twice. I was thought the other day that you score.
I've had this argument so many times.
No, you don't.
And it's like, it says no man's land specifically on the card.
Yeah, this is what happened. I was playing Chris Shaw on Tuesday and I was like, mate, it's no man's land to me. And he was like, no, it's my deployment zone. I was like, yeah, but your deployment zone is my no man's land. And he was like...
No, it's not, because it's still a deployment zone.
And I said, Chris, stop getting aggressive.
Chris, slow your roll, man.
2. Snickrot's toughness was 6 instead of 5.
Orcs are 5.
This caused a bunch of 3s not to wound, leading to an assassination failing to score, and the unit that activated into the slip rot to die for nothing. Game ended with 3 victory points for the alt player. Whoops. Number 3. Regular War Boss toughness was 6 instead of 5, same as above, but no assassinate directly involved. I believe the War Boss and Snickrot had T6 at some point, so them being told wrong isn't an unimaginable mistake. If made by a player with no history, I would make a note of it, but I wouldn't assume foul play.
In 9th edition, they were T6. It's a different edition, guys.
Uh-oh. Number 4, Gaz riding in a hard case battle wagon. This is cheating.
Yeah, that just doesn't... That's just literally straight up cheating.
That is not allowed. Teddy Rhubarb's in the chat.
Let's go, Rhubarb.
Teddy Rhubarb, my favourite name. 5, shooting flash gits out of a hard case battle wagon. It's cheating.
Does it not have firing deck then?
I think when it's a hard case, it's not allowed.
Okay.
The fact that this dude has been on stream before, reading... I'm going to play you, actually. I'm going to play you... we're going to read his statement, and then I'm going to play you a little taste,
okay.
a little like...
Tickle into what he's done.
Just a little shot at the end of your lovely meal.
An aperitif, as one would say.
Guys in the chat.
A digestif.
All right, Guy, my friend. So, how are you feeling so far, Liam, before we go into his statement? What are you thinking about? So far, there's 5 little tickles of 2 of them, this guy's saying straight up cheating. The others are kind of like, look, you were saying something was toughness 6 when it was 5, and like that did have an effect on the game, but, you know, people get mixed up pretty.
I mean, we do get mixed up, but then like... He's played so many games with that army. Let's be fair; these guys rep so many of these games.
Yeah, he ain't a 10-pence Charlie that's come along.
Yeah, it's not. It's literally his first game with the army, is it?
No. So
he's either been playing it wrong the whole time and he's confused, or he's thought, "Oh Jesus, this is a swingy point. I'm going to start lying."
So that's where Liam's at. I'm going to jump into the chat and chat. Normal men of the chat, please lend me your opinions. You're already giving me your ears, so I just want your opinions. Is this a better name than Teddy Rhubarb? Azuma Kazuma?
Oh, I like it.
I tell you what, it's a strong shot at the name of the show.
Name of the show.
The decision of which will come to at the end. I had a game with the same kind of orcs and lost my last game of ISO, and the guy played with advance and charged the whole damn game. That is pretty annoying.
Yeah, they don't have it.
Probably Coco says hard case. There's a lot of strong names in the chat. Says hard case increases toughness and removes firing deck.
Okay. And then I guess
Context matters. This is a repeat offender. Well, we're going to delve into some of these previous and historic offences.
full bore cheating, Lynch.
Who said that? Howling Jimmy Jefferson. Here we go.
Was that all? Was that literally it that he did at Tacoma then?
Well, this is his statement. Basically, sets out what happened and what
did he get a yellow card for that?
This is what he got a yellow card for. Okay. First, I've not. So someone says in the chat to him, they say, listen, you're a dodge pot. You've been banned from events and stuff. Like you're lively.
You're lively at an event, son.
Yeah. First, I'm not going to do his voice. I've not been banned from all my local events. Well, that's okay. Maybe
look, I mean,
I've not been banned from all my local events. In fact, I'm in very good standing in the local community. Being recently invited to join a team for the first time. For the first time?
For the first time?
He's been playing 75 years.
He's been playing 20 years of Warhammer.
Michael, if you're watching, it's all in good jest. But don't cheat.
His name's Marshall, but okay.
I said I'm hiding his identity. No,
what?
I meant Marshall. I'm what do you call it? I've got sunstroke.
Mate, I literally look like a ghost in this as well. I look well creepy. I don't know what's going on.
Whoa. I don't want you looking like a ghost.
I don't.
There we go. You happy now?
I'm ecstatic.
Here we go. I've been banned from one store's ITC events, just the one. I've never played in one of that store's events before after the ban was placed. This was due to me starting to attend events in 2020 and having only played against my brothers or the occasional pickup game before then. I made mistakes in my games. The one main thing, I think, being how times arrow worked in 9th edition, where a judge ruled in my favour, said blah, blah, I can't remember what we're doing now, blah, 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 blah. Basically, I did get banned from one thing. I made some mistakes. It's in the past.
Yeah. Cool.
I've never been accused of cheating outside of internet comments. Bear that, remember that comment. But as I have improved in skill, it is fully reasonable to expect a higher level of polished play as well. So I have been critiqued by a very firm but good TO to basically do better. I've made a strong effort and I've had no issues for over a year. We're going to look back and see what happened here we go. Resulting in the better local standings mentioned in the first paragraph, which is why this situation sucks, because I did make a mistake at the Tacoma Open when I should have been more polished. So at least he's admitting he made a mistake.
How many mistakes is he open to? One or all 5 of them?
Here we go. So the facts of the yellow card. It was in round 7 that the card was given.
I thought you got 2.
There's question marks over the second one.
Oh, okay.
But what he is admitting that in round 7, which is fair to say is quite far on in a.
He's done all right to get to that point.
In an 8-round event, round 7's a decent.
But he's been using bent rules for 6 games previous to this, and no one's picked him up on it.
Yeah, Gaz basically cannot get in the battle wagon. This was not allowed. The transport rule of the battle wagon at the end states he can't get in a battle wagon with an hard case or a zap gun. The TO agreed that what happened was I'd seen the FAQ changing Gaz's transport capacity to allow him and his mega knobs to get in a battle wagon, but miss a specific rule on the upgrades and on said battle wagon.
Oh, cool. So what I'm going to do, right, I'm going to read half of the rule that's suitable for me,
yeah. Well,
and I'm just going to ignore the bit that affects me doing able what I want to do. Cool. I'm in. I'm all in. He's fine.
There's a very exciting theme with some of these things with this guy. After some judge discussion, they gave a yellow card and a 10-point penalty. My opponent and I agreed to adjust the game state to have Gaz return to his spot where he was initially deployed in my deployment zone without having moved. The question you've got to ask at this point is, how many rounds has he done this?
6.
Because
6,
I'm pretty sure. Why would you not put Gaz in? Why would you not have him in the battle wagon, in the battle wagon?
Because he said it. He said that he believes that he's playing it correctly, and until someone's picked him up, so he's played it that way for 6 games, mate. He's been bombing Gaz up the board for 6 games, and just doing a Death Star into the middle of everyone's stuff, hasn't he?
And he's been doing pretty well.
Well, he's at game 7 before someone's caught him cheating.
He's been doing pretty well. Keep sharing. Paul looks like he's gone to. As in the colour of my skin? I've got sunstroke.
Apparently you've got an orange glow, Paul.
I got sunstroke today. I was in holiday, in what do you call it?
On holiday.
Devon. I was in Devon.
Dorset.
The door. I was at the door. The door thing? No, never mind. After dark.
The door thing?
Door. Yeah. Devil's... I don't know.
The Devil's
George
Gateway.
just swum out there at it. Never
I
mind.
know the one you mean.
Yeah, it's like a thing. I asked the judge if we could apply the penalty to the past games as well. Okay, well, at least he's being honourable. Can we go back and apply the penalty in my previous games?
That I've won by more than 10 points, so what does it matter?
Yeah, well, we don't know that. He scored quite well. As I've been embarking, Gaz, in 5 of 6 my last games, but he said no. I assume due to the logistics of the GW bracket system, while my opponent and the judge were content with that ruling for the game. I still feel bad, as I'd negatively impacted past opponents, and nothing could be done to fix it. I don't know how much it would have changed those games, but it isn't fair to people who were wonderful people and great opponents.
Do you know what this sounds a lot like to me? You know those like live stream TikTokers that like run up to someone, like slap them in the street, and then everyone's like, "You're an absolute idiot," and they're like, "I'd really just like to take this opportunity to apologise to all my fans. I know what I did was wrong, and I'm going to be a better version of myself moving forward." And then 2 weeks later, they're doing exactly the same thing again. You're like, mate, why bother apologising? You know you've cheated. Just hand your ticket back and go, look, I'm sorry. I misunderstood the rule. Here's the ticket. Sorry. Apologies. I'm going to disappear back into the ether for a month just to let this die down a bit.
I think that's a very fair point, and that's what Happy Crumpin said on his excellent video. His feeling was, he actually admitted that he'd accidentally cheated a few tournaments ago. So he was playing a big event, doing really well, won like 3 games in a row, like on track to like smash it up with a really cool list, and realised third game, one of his opponents went, "Oh, hang on a minute, like I didn't see that unit on your list," and he was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry, like I've completely messed up, like that unit isn't in the list, and I've been playing with it." And then he instantly went to the TO's desk and he went, "My 2 other games, like I lost them.
Yeah,
give them to my opponent. I've made a massive mistake. I'm so sorry. I'm quite embarrassed by it, but I want to do the right thing. Disqualify.
Yeah,
don't disqualify me, but give me 0, and I want to play the rest of my games."
Yeah, with the right
I'm
list.
here for 2 days. Yeah, instantly just. That's it, sorry.
Yeah.
If you're 6 games in and have realised you've made a pretty serious mistake, then if it's just a random tournament, maybe it doesn't really matter. You know, if it's just sort of like a 30-player event and half of them are your mates and you're just having a bit of a laugh and like, you know, who really cares? It's just a bit of fun. Maybe it doesn't matter. But a 400-player golden ticket event,
so
maybe your reaction should be different.
The idea of the golden ticket is to get the best players from all these different places, isn't it? Are you telling me that he is the best player at that event? Is he the best player, or has he manipulated it so that he has come out on top as the best player?
What the chat think? Here's his explanation for the T. There's loads chats popping off, so I'm going to jump back to chat in a second. But here's the explanation of the toughness 5 thing. As for using the wrong toughness of units, that came up in the semi-final round. Again, late in the day. My opponent was deciding where to move his pioneers and asked for Snickrot's defensive profile. When I listed it out of memory, maybe in your case, mate, you shouldn't do that. I said T6 instead of T5. The TO said I should check the card, and it was, of course, T5. The game moved on, and no yellow card or penalty was given. That said, I don't know if there is somewhere where the judges record each error like that, but they are very clear when an infraction is a card offence. So I think that's where you got 2 yellows comes from. There was a yellow that was like, "Oh, hang on, you definitely can't do that. There's a yellow card." And then a judge was like, "Oh, you got that wrong."
Yeah.
While it was not a carded offence, it is still, of course, not acceptable. I should do better and more polished, and at least always answer my questions like that with the actual. I mean, it's just like no shit. I should tell the truth at the table.
When I'm playing this game that is based on a rule system, I should abide by those rules.
I love the realisation.
And I apologise if I don't play by those rules, but I'm not giving my ticket back.
I shouldn't just make things up with my opponent. I should be honest. Great realisation. Yeah. Powerful realisation. Do you know what I mean? Powerful stuff. I'm not... Here's the cheating bit, right? Thus, I maintain that while I am not purposefully cheating... I make mistakes at my detriment plenty, but that isn't something cardable. It is still not okay to make errors like that at that level, and if the judge has chosen to incur a penalty, it would have been well within reason.
Okay, can we just roll back to the bit where he says, I make errors to my detriment? What? So like you're like, oh, I've moved a unit into the middle of the board. Oh no, they've got no cover. Yeah. I'm rubbish at this game.
What toughness is Gaz? Is like T2. Okay. Toughness 2, mate. Yeah, okay.
But can I have an extra 10 points because I gave you an advantage? Like, what is this guy on? But I think this is the problem with like this whole thing now. Is like you're like, if he hadn't got caught, right?
Good lad, Brandon. £2 super chat from Brandon.
He's not.
Appreciate him shouting guilty.
Owning up to this, is he? So say he'd won all 7 games, and literally nothing. He's not suddenly going, oh wait, I'm just gonna have a flip through my cards. Oh wait, Snickwat's toughness. Right, sorry guys, I've messed up Snickwat. He's not saying anything, is he? He's only saying something because he got caught doing it.
He got rumbled.
But
what I love about this statement is it's like, yeah, I've sort of cheated quite a bit here, and like I feel really bad about it. I feel so bad about it. But thanks for reading.
Yeah, but I will make my play less sloppy moving forward.
Yeah, and he's like, but also what you should all know is I'm really trying to be less sloppy. So let that be. Hang on, what the hell? Like,
I think.
Wait a minute. Like,
I don't know if the actual punishment should be he has to go to Worlds, and they just go right. John Lennon, Manny Chima, like, Nick Nanavati, right? You've just got Richard Siegler. You've just got to play all of them at once.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Brandon, appreciate the super chat and the cry of guilty from the jury.
Yeah, that's the Crackbones, right? He's sorry he got caught. He's not sorry he cheated.
Yeah, he's been rumbled basically, hasn't he? I can't blame people for forming opinions of me. That's true. As there's really no way to prove people online if it was cheating or if it was honest mistake. And let's just play devil's advocate. Let's be fair. I have played games. You will have played games where we do similar things.
I did it at the weekend. I got the toughness wrong on one of my units.
Yeah, we played things, and the no man's land thing I was doing. Oh, Chris, I should have that. Like there are a lot of things to remember in Warhammer 40,000. There are a lot of questions that fly around at a table, and we will have all in practice games or tournament games sometimes given wrong information. Crikey, that was such a powerful noise. Did you hear that noise?
Paddy Mick, mate, not guilty.
Paddy Mick, I hope you're doing well, my friends. I appreciate you on the share and support Discord, chatting away to us about what you got going on. He says, not guilty, just dumb.
But then his comment above is, so far I've not heard anything that could be an honest mistake. Reckon where he was in the wrong, should have dropped out and handed back the ticket.
Yeah, fair. Well, I'm sort of coming to that a similar conclusion, Paddy. And yeah, hope you're doing well, my friends. I appreciate your chat recently on the Discordio, and to everyone who's been chatting away to Paddy, sharing good content for him to watch at the moment. So this guy's basically saying, I know it was not purposeful, and my opponents and the judges were very understanding and kind, but they were my honest mistakes that I shouldn't have made. Did I just knock the camera? No. And consequences come of that.
Do you not think, right? Like, do you not think as a community sometimes we're too nice? Because if you were there, right, say you were in that last game, say you'd gone 7-0 and you're playing him in the last game, and obviously he didn't cheat in the last game because there was a judge watching him. But say you're 6-0 and he's doing that stuff in that game, wouldn't you be like, wait a minute, mate?
Yeah,
like, wouldn't you go to the judge and be like, mate, this is absolute horse dookie?
Yeah.
Like, he's just cheated. He's obviously cheated the whole way we've been through this tournament.
I think
why,
I would.
Why is he getting a 10-point deduction? Like, why is he not just being disqualified? Why is he not being zeroed? That's what I can't get with it.
It's difficult, isn't it, in those situations? Because, like, sometimes when you're on the other side and there's a judge there and the judge is watching it and making calls. And I forgot to mention, Rob let me know that one of the judges has a podcast, really good podcast, which you're going to put in the description. I think he's involved in Stats Check, and they did a really good show where they just kind of explained it from their point of view. And in their defence, it totally made sense. They were like, we saw something, it didn't look right, we gave a yellow card, we agreed the punishment.
No, but, do you know what?
They were like, there's a fair explanation. There's a fair explanation.
Do you know what's better in this one? At least the judges took some action.
Yeah,
do you not remember the one we were talking about before, where it was they didn't do anything and then just retrospectively booted the fella? Like,
that was bad. That was bad.
And I understand that's like there's different terrain systems. There's different this. There's different that. So you're never going to get like a football where you've got like these are the laws of the game. This is what we do in this circumstance. Like every TO is going to run their event differently. But for the what's the word I'm looking for?
Tickle.
No, what's it called? When it's like for the actual game, for like the game to be reputable. That's not a good word for me to say.
No, but I get your line of thought, though. I understand what you're saying.
Shouldn't we at
for
least...
it to be, like, taken seriously?
Yeah, for it to be taken seriously. Shouldn't there be, like, a point where you go, this fella, like, fair enough, if it was an honest mistake, it's an honest mistake. It's clearly not an honest mistake. But, like, mate, you've done this for the last 2 days.
Yeah, like, this isn't just a one-off.
Do you not think within yourself you should go, do you know what, guys? I'll play my last couple of games, but I'm not winning this event.
Yeah, do what Happy Crumping was suggesting, just go... I would feel bad about taking this ticket and also for this thing. So this is the bit for me that makes this quite an interesting case. So here he is. This is from War Games Live. Shout out to War Games Live, doing great streams across all over America. Constant streams that he's pumping out. Here he is playing with his Necrons. Right. So Michael Peterson is playing Necrons against. Why do I keep calling him Michael Peterson? Should I just call him Jordan Peterson?
Jordan, you'll probably get banned for saying that.
This is one of the things in my brain. As you get to know me, you realise once something's in, it's in.
It's in, mate. Ooh, I mean, that's a weird
probably
comment. A bit.
Marshall.
Someone needs to snip that. Once I'm in, I'm in.
Once it's in, it's in. Listen,
Brandon.
Don't sniff it. Listen to this.
Is that him?
This is it. 10. So they're going to be ground floor just here at the top.
He just read the rule. I'm not sure if there was a misunderstanding
okay, so the scarabs are actually on top?
Yes, the scarabs are actually on top because they fly.
Of course, scarabs can fly as well. It's why they're so awesome.
Stay with us.
Am I missing anybody? Yes, these two.
I'm going to be real with you too, Chet. One reason that I think this is going to be a good game for round 3 here is because these players are going to do most of the talking, and I can just kind of sit back and watch the game with you guys.
It's going up in a sec, trust me.
Move his 9 up here. He'll be on the bottom. So far, the only people not on where exactly
they are. So it sounds like a mistake there for Marshall.
So
oh, there's one mistake.
Unfortunate.
There's another.
Moving 10.
He does have OBSEC with everything. Good point, Augustine. Yep.
We'll just pop up.
Are Rangers OBSEC for the Yanari? I think they are.
The bottom. Discharge unfailable.
Have I just put it on the wrong clip? Hang on.
Thanks for pointing it out, though, guys.
Advance.
Like I say on the stream all the time, I 100% don't mind.
4.
Sorry. He basically moves a unit onto an objective, the scarabs. Watch when he moves the scarabs. And then the player directly asks him if scarabs can do the action.
That'd be great, Alan. Yeah.
Scarabs are moving.
Never been a better time to be a Warhammer fan.
They're going to move up top, and they're going to do my ancient machineries.
They could do that with me on the point as well?
Sorry?
They could do that with me on the point?
Yes. I do not need to control, I just need to be on it.
Of course, I mean, it's Necrons. Of course, their secondaries are going to be Il Busto.
I'll quintuple check just to make sure.
So he's quintuple checking a rule. So the scarabs have gone onto the objective and done that ability that they can do. And the other player has said, can you do that while I control the objective? And he's like, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I just got
For sure. Yeah, you can. And then he's like, oh, I'll quadruple check it.
It's because I don't want to do anything like
Listen.
Yeah. I've heard good things about Dark Age of
marker, not within my deployment zone, and I haven't done it on yet. That's the only requirement.
Okay. So I thought actions were typically, you still couldn't do them.
That was before. Most of them, even now, you can still do.
Okay.
That's a complete lie. So he reads the rule out, but only doesn't read out the sentence that says that you can't do it if you don't control it. So he literally let me quadruple, whatever it was, quadruple check it. Reads the rule out at the table and doesn't read the sentence out that says he can't do the thing that he's doing. That is wild. Like that. Like, can you get a clearer example of cheating than someone doing that? Than someone going, check the rule. Yeah, I'll quadruple check it, and not read out the sentence that goes if there are any models on it.
But this is when you get to this point, isn't it, where you're like, how salty do you want the game to get? Like because sometimes you're like, right, I've got an idea of what that rule is in my head, whether it's right or wrong. And then let's be fair, even now in Pariah, there's some things that are like an action. There's some things that like are an action that finishes immediately. There's some stuff that's an action that finishes at the end of your turn. There's stuff that finishes at the end of your opponent's turn. And like we're all getting used to it, aren't we?
Yeah,
so
it's new. It's new. Yeah, it's a lot of it's new.
In that stage there with him, what do? You go, mate, I still don't think you're right. Can I see your book?
Yeah. The confidence for him to not read. He's literally got the sentence in front of him that says he can't do it. The confidence in doing it on stream, direct to an opponent who said, I think you're wrong.
Yeah, and then for him to double down. For him to double down and his opponent go, but normally you can't do actions like that. And he's like, no, they've changed it.
They've changed it.
Don't worry about it. They've changed it.
On stream. So here's the thing, again, to play like devil's advocate with it. How, like that's so, what part of his mind would think he's not about to get caught?
Well, he is. Surely the chat just popped off.
I don't know if chat jumping, to be fair, I don't know if War Games Live intervened, do they? So chat could pop off and he's like, what are they going to do? They don't interfere. And so maybe he's just like, if I just stare at my opponent and say, yeah, no, I've just read the rule and I can definitely do it, don't read out the sentence that says that I can't, and just carry on. Like, so what if chat pops off? Chat isn't.
The only thing I would say about that one is, because that's ninth, isn't it? Because this is when you had that's ninth.
Oh, it's a year ago.
Ninth edition. I'm sure it's ninth edition because it had the little book. He had the little book. And that,
it was a year ago at Salt Lake.
Was it ninth?
It was 19th of August 2022. Yeah, it was ninth edition. Yeah.
So that book that he's got with all the secondaries in, his opponent has as well, because his opponent will have all of his secondaries. Yeah. And I know it's not like, but would you check? Because you've asked him, you've given him a chance to come clean, and then when you do realise it's wrong, what do you then do?
Yeah, so awkward. Well, I think they did. I think someone did say something to. I think the guy checked it and said you're wrong. And he's like, oh yeah, sorry. Because then the bit I was too late in the clip, wasn't I?
Yeah.
The War Games Live guy was like, oh okay, well at least he's sort of recognised he got that wrong, and glad they've worked that out. But so if you then rewind, so if you then like
say something about he read the rule, he even read the rule or something.
Yeah. If you then sort of go back, did I close his statement? That's annoying. If you then sort of go back and think about his statement, where he's going, I've not been caught cheating before, blah blah blah. If you add all this stuff together, it doesn't paint a very good picture at all, does it? So when he's doing that statement saying, listen, it was an honest mistake, like it was just me, sort of letting things slip, it was a total accident. But you then go, mate, you on stream have lied to someone's face.
But isn't it
if I was caught doing that, not that I would ever do that, but if I was caught cheating like that, and I still had the guts to be like, I'll stay in this hobby, I would work my absolute arse off every single game to get every stat right. Like I would try so hard to remove that reputation. But to just... Sorry, I'm getting
I think the problem is it's like, and there's other people that have, and I'm obviously not going to mention any names, there's other people within this hobby that have the same reputation. And even to the point that like you'll be like, oh, I'm playing so-and-so, and they're like, oh yeah, mate, you got to watch out.
Yeah, be careful.
Be careful of him, he's a tickler. They're like, oh, Google him on YouTube, it's hilarious watching what he used to get up to. And you're like, really? Like, is he still... And they're like, oh, he's trying to make his reputation better. And you're like, yeah, but like, once it's that whole thing of like, well, if you know that he's a bit sus, you're looking for it to be sus, aren't you? Like, you're looking and going, oh, why is that dice? Like, well, yeah, well, can you do that? Like... And then the problem is that how many times does someone go to you, oh, can you do that? And you're like, yeah, of course I can. That's what my army does, isn't it? That's what my army do.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, the thing just said disconnected and reconnected. There we go. Sorry, I don't know if it just jumped out for a second and code on. None of this looks good, does it? And I think we're sort of reaching a point in the conversation where all the details have been laid out. I'm going to jump back into the track. Adam makes a very strong point. Adam L. To be fair, this is still not as bad a cheat of Liam, not you, Macado, tickling his dice on Thousand Suns, which we can discuss again in the After Dark.
Ridiculous.
Liam Macado at the club the other Tuesday for the second time in a very short space of time rolled 8 4-ups to keep Magnus alive. Wild. The Source Painting, welcome my friend to the show. What is so crazy is he's so used to lying that he didn't even hesitate to do it on stream. It is concerning, isn't it, that he's like, yeah, can definitely do it. I will quadruple check it if you want me to. But the ease by which you just like, boom, yeah. Slightly Slightly concerning.
I just find that if you're like when I've played quite a lot on stream with like you guys and at events and stuff like that, and I almost find that I'm like overly cautious on
terrified
streams.
of
I'm terrified of someone being like, mate, you're just making stuff up now. And that's the thing is you because like, you know, it's that classic thing, isn't it? We live in a world where everything's on cameras. Like if you're on stream, you're going to have someone in that chat that knows if you're doing something wrong. Yeah. Or if you then decide to, I don't know, pick a secondary when you're playing it on your phone or something and you're literally on a camera. You're like, well, what do you think's going to happen, mate?
Yeah.
Like, you're on cameras. It's not like you're stood in the back of a hall, like underneath the table.
Everyone can see what you're doing.
Oh yeah, got the one I needed. Don't worry about it, guys. Like you're literally like that with a count. I'm just checking what's on my phone before.
Yeah. Don't hold phones up. Yeah.
It's like yeah. Convenient that one. There we go, and away we go. You're like, why do that?
Yeah.
Like that's what I don't understand, the mentality. And this goes back into like me and you were also kind of chatting about this downstairs a bit. Is like, when it becomes that point that you feel that you need to cheat or lie to win a game of Warhammer, that's when you need to have a serious look at why you're playing this hobby. Because,
yeah, I agree.
Like for me, like I've said to you, I play this hobby as an escape. I don't play this hobby because I want to win. I play this hobby to like meet people, have some interaction, and actually have a bit of an escapism. Why would you want to ruin that by just making stuff up so you win a game of plastic soldiers?
Yeah, no, I agree 110%, mate. The bit that's the bit that sort of tops it off for me is if he gave back the ticket upon realising this stuff, I would probably put it down to someone who is forgetful at the table, does make mistakes, is working on polishing up the game. Because it does happen. We've all done one where we've absolutely. Yeah. All our brains work differently. Some of us don't like being distracted. Yeah. Some of us, when we lock in on something, because you know, I can imagine playing a game. It's really intense, really locked in, and you're going, Paul, what's the toughness of that? And I'm like, yeah, 5, 6, whatever. Yeah, and I'm just really locked in. Yeah. That like you could just offhand throw things out there. But if you had a habit for getting that so wrong, you would change that. Or if you were caught, you'd say, look, do you know what? I did really well to win this event. I'm really proud of how I did. But at the same time, there's a bit of me that still is not quite deserving of it because I make mistakes at the table.
It's like the classic asterisk next to the Premier League with they say about City or something, isn't it?
It's like, well, I mean, you've won them for now, but like, you're not going to win them in the future because someone's going to go, oh, they were all cheated. Yeah, if he gave it back, I think I might have a different opinion. Right, let's fire into some of the...
Read Ali Dealt was one at the bottom.
You play this game to crush your enemies, see them driven from their lands and hear the lamentations of their women. Yes, we need that as a soundboard. One of my favourite films of all time, Conan. Crackbone says, in my opinion, repeat cheaters should be handed out of the hobby. Everyone should just refuse to play them. If they want to win so much, there's no reason to play them. Unaided foot 3531. That gets the most interesting name of the show. Not the best, but the most interesting one. I think the bummer thing about this even more people won't want to do any stream out of fear of making a mistake.
But it's not about making a mistake, is it?
There is. I get where he's coming from because people, there is a fear that exists. When we did the UKTC the other week, there was a match that we tried to get in the first day, and someone just said, "Oh, it's just like too bit too stressful. Like it just stressed me out. Like I'm here to have fun and a laugh at the table, and like the stream will just like I'll worry about making mistakes and stuff." That's fair enough, actually. That's fair enough. Telly says he should eBay the ticket. Get it on eBay.
To be fair, he does break his no interference rule sometimes to call a judge over, but only if he sees the people at the table getting heated with each other. So it's about War Games Live because he doesn't.
Oh, right, fine. There was also the other thing to throw in there. There was also on the Reddit thread. I don't want to dive back into the depths of the Reddit thread, but there was also people saying there was allegations of like sloppy measuring with this guy. You know, like the bendy tape measure type.
I'm not being funny, but if you're doing the other stuff, a bit of sloppy measurements. That's the tip of the iceberg, isn't it? Like a bit of sloppy measurement.
If you're literally using the wrong stats and you've got Gaz in a battle wagon and he's not allowed in it,
firing a gun out of it, yeah.
At this stage, that is absolutely
just Gaz, battle wagon, hard case, flash gets hanging out the side, firing at everything with a zap cannon, blowing stuff up, zooming up the board, like. a bit of sloppy 1 inch movement here or there is not changing the world, is it?
It does make I think it makes sort of maybe sort of summarising points, and chat let us know guilty or not. In fact, I'll do a poll.
I think
the classic
James Storms is right. Like, if someone had noticed that round 1 and said, like, mate, you know, that Snickrot and thingy at T5, mate, and your battle wagon, he can't be in there. Like, it's obviously, you know, it changes everything, doesn't it? But at the same time,
with this guy,
you think how many people has he played recently and done that with as well? Because that's not his first time playing that list, is it? He's been practicing.
This guy's
that
good.
list.
Like, this guy plays a lot. This guy is known. You know, he's not just some random guy that's like, oh man, you won an event. Like, like a strong reputation in terms of finishing and history of playing a game.
So he's play tested that list a lot and done the same thing every time he's play tested it as well. And let's be fair, the people he's play testing against surely would be like, mate, you know he's T5, right? And be like, oh yeah, sorry mate.
Yeah.
And then he's gone to the event and carried on doing it.
Telly says, "Do GW have any judging?" I've put everybody's vote on the poll, by the way, which is now live, and I'll close it in a second when we sum things up. Do GW have any judging requirements for the events that a golden ticket is available? I would absolutely love it if there was more direct, hands-on rules and engagement from GW on things like this, because as you sort of alluded to earlier, Liam, like, people play the game for lots of different reasons, and the overwhelming majority of people play the game for all the reasons you mentioned. You're absolutely spot on. As the golden ticket thing becomes bigger, there are a small percentage, I'd say absolutely in the minority, that go to win the ticket.
Yeah.
Very, 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 very small percentage.
And as soon as they lose one, they just go home anyway.
Yeah. Very small percentage of people go to win the ticket. But for that small percentage, they're putting a lot of time and effort and energy in. And I think it's really important if Games Workshop are going to start to continue this foray into the competitive scene, which they are doing. They've now full-time jobs of people helping monitoring this game that actively play the game. We saw them at UKTC recently, like, you know, work really hard 9 to 5 and also work really hard to be good at the game outside of it. Like, GW are pumping more money into, you know, developing 40k in that direction. At the same time, they have to recognise that 40k is this hugely bloated game with so many rules, and the rules change all the time,
and the interactions between
literally
the rules
all the time. There is no stability in this game. It is one of the most chaotic, endless monsters in terms of release schedules. If GW want to get it to that competitive niche, and all these competitive players and all these people that are at that small percentage, they have to, one, hold these characters to account and say, do you know what? It's a no. It's a no for us. You don't get the ticket. Go work on your game. You're super welcome to come to events. But once you start getting to those upper tables, you've either got to have a judge on a table or just whack them on a stream.
So this is the other thing that I've just thought of while you were saying that. So GW are like, right, the idea of these golden tickets is we round up the 30 best players in the world. By his own admission, he's sloppy. He said he's sloppy, hasn't he? And he needs to...
he's saying he's like, listen, I've got a bit of work to do.
I've got a bit of work to do. So why... Should he be there? Is that what Games Workshop want this to be?
I'm not going to lie, lads. I'm a little bit sloppy.
I can't measure properly. I make my rules up, and I just do what I want. But I'm coming, boys. I'm choo-choo.
You've literally just won one of the biggest events in the country. Going, listen, guys, hear it from me. I'm not one of the tightest players out there. What, you've just won an event.
I'm not particularly tight as a player.
You've just got a golden ticket.
Oh my god.
We're going to sum things up, but I like this point from James Storms. Players need to be more ready to call judges in as well. To be honest, a bit of stigma over it. That is a superb comment. That is spot on. It's what you alluded to earlier. You've got to get confident, lads. You've got to not take any from anyone. Like, if you see something that you think's dodgy, don't worry about them being a bit arsey or whatever. Just give a judge a shout or just say, look, mate, I'm really sorry. I'll buy you a beer at the end of the game if you find this awkward, but I'm just going to get a judge because I'm not quite sure that's how it works. Or I just want to double check that rule. You know, don't take it the wrong way, but I just want to make sure this is right.
And I think you have those interactions sometimes with people, and it does get a little bit awkward. But at the same time,
it's
like,
a bit awkward, but it stamps out the ticklers.
But me and you have had moments before where, like,
we've had tense moments.
Remember the Angron movement?
Oh, we had a super tense Angron charge.
Yeah, and we were both just looking at each other like, no, it's, and we.
I got you to do it multiple times. Yeah. It was fun at the end of it because I was just all that happened is I was super happy about the move. Whereas beginning, I was like, Christ, Liam, how far's that gone?
But we both just sat there, and afterwards you're like, yeah, cool, it's done
Don't worry
now.
about it. It wasn't like a slur on your character. It was more for my brain. So
well, yeah, and you just want to work that through sometimes, don't you?
100%.
And I'm not being funny. How many of these ticklers do you play at events and never see again?
Yeah, true.
Are you actually that upset if you call someone out for cheating and they're actually cheating?
Yeah. You go, I caught one.
I've got one.
You go, I got one. It's like swatting a mosquito.
Yeah.
Let's wrap things up. Ali says sloppy is such a good word for this. I bet. Whoa, I nearly read the rest of that sentence there. Good Lord.
Which one was this one?
Ali Delta shooting from the hip, nearly getting me to read out some cheekies. Not against the comment, though. I love the fact that Brandon has now changed his name to Zimbo Joe, which is what he wants to be known as going forward.
Is the artist formerly known as Brandon McCready?
Yeah, he's rebranded himself. Like that, rebranded, yeah. Luke says toughness a point higher. Oh yeah, he's just confirming Spirit Crusher. Lots of strong names in the chat today. I tell you what, I've got sunstroke and it's hot.
Mate, this room is damp.
Right, the community has voted. I'm going to end the poll. Boom.
If this isn't 100%, there's someone wrong in the chat. Who said no?
91%.
Who said no?
91% said yes, he should give the ticket back. Adam says, I'm just going in blind, I'm not pre-reading. If you don't recognise your opponent is cheating, then you deserve to be cheated against. Just like the pause, if you can't afford to live, then do you really deserve to? There's an ongoing theme of Adam hating poor people.
No,
if anybody watches the show, that's, it's just like a meme comment. It's good fun. One could say the room is moist. Yes, that is correct.
The room
Ali,
is literally dripping. The walls are dripping.
Yeah, and a good callback to your... Oh, TTB says, Marshall Peterson is here. Oh, he's the 8%.
Yeah, he's literally he's made 4 accounts just to make it not 2% on the vote.
Marshall. Become a member and hear more of what we've got to think of you very shortly. Right, lads, let's give them over to the member stream. All those green names will now be joining us for Liam to tell us about some of his adventures at the weekend at Warhammer World, which were cracking me up downstairs. We're going to be talking about a whole list of stuff that's going on the pad that we shouldn't have said on the stream, so didn't, but we'll continue discussion in the members area. The link is on the Discord. It is also on the channel for anyone who's a member. If you've enjoyed the show, please give us a like and consider subscribing. If you've really enjoyed the show and you want more content from Epic Flail, want to be on our Discord, want to get all the members shows, the After Darks, which we're about to do, then just become a member. The link to do so is in the description below. It's about the same price as a coffee for a whole month.
No, it's not, because we went to Starbucks on the way up, right?
Is it cheaper than a coffee?
It's cheaper than a sodding coffee.
It's cheaper than a coffee.
And it tastes better.
$2.99, yeah, it tastes better than
We taste better.
Whoa.
Epic Flail, we taste better. That should be our strapline.
Epic Flail, we taste better.
Yeah. Cheers,
Paddy, for the £2. You're an absolute star, mate. I'm glad you're doing all right, kids. Join us on the members stream. We will see you there imminently, my friends. Yeah.